Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. A new coalition of sheriffs has formed in Missouri, calling itself the Missouri Sheriff's Constitutional Firearms Alliance. They say their mission is to promote firearms ownership and defend the Second Amendment. But my skeptic hat is screwed on pretty tight today, and here's why. Their press release is full of buzzwords and phrasing like raising awareness, but it's real short on specific policy positions. They seem to hint they would lobby to oppose gun control policies. Maybe?
Maybe not.
And they stop well short of making any sort of promise. Not to mention, a wino mommy looking for action is quoted in the local ABC affiliate in full support of the organization. So either she is very confused about what their mission actually is, or she is confident they won't be any real threat to control freak policies. And don't get it twisted.
I'm gonna get twisted and scrambled.
I think a coalition of sheriffs defending the 2A would be great. It's just that when I saw the headline, I hoped they would say something more along the lines of, "We vigorously oppose any attempts to disarm the people and refuse to enforce unconstitutional laws." After all, UN blue helmets aren't going around door to door confiscating guns. Your local cops are doing that. And any sheriff who has the stones to tell the legislature he will not be enforcing their garbage squeezins would have a profound impact on their ability to pass such infringements. So I'm certainly not opposed to this group, but I wonder what they actually plan to do to defend the Second Amendment. What do you folks think? Am I just way too distrustful?
Don't trust your government, kids.
But hey, it would be impossible for us to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors. So let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Springfield Armory.
Imagine a 9mm carbine with roller delay action just like Kraut Space Magic. Now imagine it didn't have garbage ergonomics. The brand new Kuna from Springfield Armory gives you that roller delayed smooth recoil you're looking for with reversible, non-reciprocating charging handle and ambi absolutely everything.
Uncle Ted is in the news again. No, not that Uncle Ted. The Motor City Madman is in the news for carrying a gun through 2 security checkpoints into the Michigan Capitol to testify at a committee hearing. Does Ted Nugent have some sort of secret tips for passing through security checkpoints? Not really, unless the tip is just to absolutely ooze confidence and aura, because he didn't actually do anything to avoid detection. In fact, his gun was detected. But the drooling idiot running the machine didn't respond to the alert. Then, when he approached the second checkpoint, the sergeant just went ahead and waved him through because presumably he had already been through the previous checkpoint. But if he made it through the checkpoints, why did he end up in the news? Because a feral Karen ratted him out in the committee room. So I'm guessing it wasn't even all that well concealed in the first place. Oddly, the Capitol Police had the sense not to just rush in and beat him senseless. They waited until the hearing was finished, then approached him, and Nugent was, of course, very cooperative. Naturally, a local control freak harpy, Representative Lori Pahutsky, whimpered ineffectually, "I think there's a lot of coverage about this particular instance because it's Ted Nugent. I would ask that folks set that aside and just look at this as someone who was not supposed to carry a firearm into the Capitol somehow did so."
Somehow magically travel through time.
Hold up right there for a sec. Before I tell you why she's actually kinda sorta right, my ADD demands we stop and take note of the fact this classy broad wore an earring that says to a public speaking engagement. Now, I'm not opposed to the use of profanity, obviously, but somehow I doubt the other ear says gun control, and politicians are usually careful to avoid offending people, but I digress. She's right, because it really doesn't matter who it was. What matters is the fact that both policy and the security measures were incapable of stopping an armed man. And the other important takeaway is that nothing happened. The system is powerless to stop people from carrying weapons, and good people are not a threat. Why should we disarm ourselves? Why should we voluntarily submit to their stupid, impotent rules? Think about the last checkpoint you went through. Imagine a bad actor decided to walk right through. Were the guards even capable of stopping that person?
I say stop. You stop.
In most cases, they're not even armed. And if they are armed, the attacker has the initiative, and if a bad guy was determined to do bad guy things, he would start by schwacking the guard, who's probably not all that well trained in the beginning. But what's even worse is that checkpoints actually make us less safe. They put a lot of people in a small space where they are presumably disarmed and vulnerable. If I was going to do a terrorism, well, I'll leave that unsaid, but you can connect the dots. Remember when I told you about how Sean Ryan gifted a Californistan compliant P365 to Gavin Newsom? Well, Newsom is making a lot of political capital reposting clips of that interview, so it looks like he got the better end of the deal, but
as it turns out,
he might not actually be taking the gun home, at least not legally. Newsom has created a bureaucratic hellscape for anyone trying to bring a handgun into the state, which was detailed nicely in a press release from Assemblyman Carl DeMaio.
All right, give me ham on 5, hold DeMaio.
He went on to claim Newsom actually rejected the gift and left it in Tennessee, and that Newsom's team had to hire a lawyer to figure out how to bring the pistol back to the land of fruits and nuts. DeMaio went on to say he has asked Pam Bondi and Rob Bonta to help Newsom navigate the Gordian knot he created. DeMaio said, first, he'll need a background check, a firearm safety certificate, a DROS submission, a 10-day waiting period, a safe storage affidavit, and don't forget the special taxes. Of course, we all know Newsom had no intention of keeping it despite his attempt to appear grateful, partly because he's not a gun person, of course, but mostly because he has 24/7 armed security and no need to carry his own gun or to navigate the mess he created. Now, before I give you that moment of zen I know you skipped ahead for, it's okay, I still love you. I have to do that thing YouTubers do and remind you that the tube of views often unsubscribes people from wrongthink just like this. So be sure to primary that like button and drill the third hole on the subscribe button. If you think we earned it, of course. And now for your moment of zen. Hello, friend. Do you like pews and pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you pure American pew propaganda at the low, low price of free? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.